Clifford, Josh Robbins, The Athletic.
Steve, what did you see from your team on the defensive end of the floor, particularly in the second half?
Fought hard. I thought we shut down the paint better than we did in the first half. And, I don't know if the numbers, obviously, I haven't seen the film yet, but I just told them, I think we've been playing better and better defensively on the road trip. And we started the game poorly because we made a bunch of mistakes on, not taking individual strengths away. And after that, I thought guys were locked in. We did a better job. And obviously Terrence was just, like he does. I mean, he was just incredible tonight. So it's a good win and a good way to start this homestand.
Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Cliff, you had mentioned that even though the team suffered some losses on the road trip, you were feeling satisfied with the progress that they were making. Did you feel that tonight's win was another step in that direction?
Yeah, I mean, and the other thing is good for confidence, especially I think as we get guys back, Evan's back, Chief was back. And it's good, just the feeling, I think, amongst a group because, those guys are good players and they know how much they can help us. But then, it's the same thing. You have to perform well and you have to win. And so playing against a team that's been playing really well and playing from an early deficit also, I thought, guys hung in there. And, particularly the second half, it was one of the, obviously, the better 24 minutes that we've played so far.
Luke Hetrick, Spectrum Sports.
Coach, we've seen a lot of the players the last few weeks publicly endorsing Vooch for the All-Star game. Now that it kind of goes to a coach's vote, I know you can't vote for him, but what would be your advice to other coaches when taking him into account?
Well, I would say incredible consistency and very, very good play in all three areas. So he's been efficient offensively. He's always rebounded well. I think this year, one of his better rebounding years, and he's been very good on defense. So, he's dealt with a lot of adversity, within our team, and he's been an absolute rock. So I think that, well, I'll put it this way. He's playing at a higher level now than he did 2 years ago when he was an all-star, and he was terrific then, but he's played even better than that now.
Josh Robbins, The Athletic.
Steve, I'm wondering if you can expand on your comment about Vooch's defense. Since he's not a high flyer, not a shot blocker, what areas defensively does he excel that don't necessarily jump off the TV screen for fans?
Well, one, he's a communicator, and there's nothing more important than that. He's an organizer, and if you watch him during the game, he sees things and he helps his teammates be a step ahead of plays that help us take away baskets. The other thing is he knows what we're doing and he does it. And it's one of the most important things. I mean, listen, there's a lot of guys out there that, for instance, steal the ball a lot or block a lot of shots, and they're very poor, not just poor defenders. I mean, poor. But I mean, I'm going to be easy now, because some people don't watch film. Be it fans, writers, whatever, people think they're good defenders and they're not. And he would be the opposite of that. He does what he's supposed to do. We execute when he's on the floor. And that's a huge part of defense.
Go ahead, Josh.
Steve, about Terrence Ross, how much more dangerous does he become as a scorer when he puts the ball on the floor, when there are opportunities to do so?
No question. Well, because it adds to his game, right? He's got the catch and shoot aspect where he made the big ones tonight. I mean, he had 2 or 3 just, I don't even know sometimes how he gets them off, but he's so gifted in that way. He's balanced. He made 2 at the top of the key off those early, kind of pickaways that not many people could get off, and they're there, and that's his shot. But also, he has a pick and roll game, which he's developed, and he can play off the second and third dribble. And he's much more confident with it, and it makes it more difficult to defend.
Jamie Say, WKMG.
Steve, how did you think Evan and Al Farouk looked, and just the fact that you guys had a few more bodies than available than you had the last couple days. How did that benefit the rest of the guys out there?
I thought they both looked good, and obviously it was great to have them, and it makes a big difference, Jamie, as you know, because you don't have all these guys playing like 34, 35 minutes. Again, we're right back in the stretch. Tonight starts 8 games in 15 nights. And, one of the issues that we had before is that the healthy guys were becoming in danger, area of just, again, a pulled muscle or something because of overusage. That's really what happened with James Ennis. And so tonight, guys got to play more normal minutes, and, hopefully we'll come through it okay. We'll see tomorrow.
Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Cliff, without looking at the film, what were your initial impressions of Chase and Randall? Obviously, a lot thrown on his plate, but seemed to handle it well.
Thought he was really good. First of all, he's done a lot of studying, because he would come over and we ran a couple plays that we hadn't even gone through, but he'd watched our video playbook, and he'd spent a lot of time with Steve Hetzel these last 2 days. So really impressed with how much he's put into getting to know what we're doing, but also his poise on the floor. He organized the team. You can tell he's been around. He's played a lot. Listen, the guy's the all-time leading scorer in Stanford history. These guys are all accomplished players, and I think he understands it's a good opportunity for him, but he played really well.
Luke Hetrick, Spectrum Sports.
Coach, now that Mo's kind of been back in the thick of things the last few games, what's your comfort level with that balance between him and Kem on the floor?
Well, I think the way it'll go, it'll be, it's going to be matchup driven. There'll be nights when he'll play some, when he'll play more. There might be nights when he doesn't play as much or not. The one thing that it's always the balance, as you can see. I mean, Mo's still trying to get his conditioning level too, but my job is to develop all of them. Okay. Not just the younger guys, all of them. That's the way coaching works. Right. And I want to help Mo become a better player. He's going to play. I'm not going to say he's going to play every night. And one thing I'm not going to do is go away from Kim Birch. He's been one of our best players. This league always was, till a few years ago, about performing. No, I mean, you guys laugh. I mean, it's the way it was. It was about performing. You wanted to play, you performed well. Kim Birch has performed well. And, Mo's going to go out there. I want to try to help him play as well as he can play. But the biggest thing we're going to try to do is fight our way back into this playoff thing right now. And Kim Birch is a big part of that.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Coach.